Greetings everyone, Joseph James here with your nightly newsletter brought to you by theschooloftrade.com. Today was May 1st, 2009. Brand new month, brand new day to start trading Monday morning. Before we get into the live trading results, I want to keep you guys posted on that early bird setup. Now guys, if you're unfamiliar with the early bird is going to be a correlation setup that we take at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every morning. It has to do with the Eurex contracts, the DAX and the Euro stocks, and it compares them to a highly correlated market. And of course, guys, a great way for you guys to be either getting more trades taken throughout the day or to be able to get your day off on a very good foot. Now, of course, when the early bird sets up at 3 o'clock in the morning, we look for a specific market, a highly correlated market, to give us a direction. And this morning, that direction was long. It was very easy for us to tell what the overall correlation was, and it was telling us that at 3 o'clock, we were looking to go long. So because of that, we had to wait. Once the 3 o'clock open happened, we still had to wait to see price take off. That is, we had to see the move happen. Once we did, it was solidified or confirmed by a buy signal that happened about 4 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock this morning. We then waited for a pullback into our predetermined trigger point and, of course, took this long trade. Now, this is about 8 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock this morning. Our entry was at 50.48 even on this long trade. We took profit at +4 and +8, and then unfortunately I got taken out of this trade a little bit earlier than I would have liked to, but we still were able to get a total of 12 points on the DAX this morning for the early bird. More information on how you guys can be trading the early bird at 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time on the DAX or the Euro stocks, give us a call or send us an email at sales@schooloftrade.com for more information. Now, before we go into the trades we took live in the room this morning, let's remind you guys our trade room opens up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time every morning. It's available to trial members and lifetime members. Now, we're going to, of course, perform 3 very specific jobs every morning in our live trade room, and you guys can be witness to this. You can go over it with us live in real time. We do it all from scratch, so you guys can learn every step of this thing as we do it right in front of you. Job number 1 is to identify the type of news events and the type of market that we're seeing for that morning's trading. So check our blog. Our blog, of course, reports all the news events that we have to worry about each day, and then we look at our charts to see what type of market we're seeing in front of us. In other words, is it a trending market or is it a sideways market? How does our volume look? How does price action look? We identify the type of market that we see. Once job number 1 is complete, we then move to job number 2, which is to adjust accordingly. Now we adjust to what we identified in job number 1. We first adjust to the news events by defining our windows of opportunity by using our alarm clock. We then adjust to the type of market that we're seeing by defining our trade zones, by bracketing out our highs and our lows, and then of course adjusting our trade management strategy just a little bit to account for whether or not it's a trending environment or a sideways environment. Job number 3 then becomes very easy. If we did our work correctly, job number 3 is a breeze, and that is to execute our trades accordingly. We have to practice patience and discipline to wait for price to come to us, to fit inside of our rules, to see the perfect trade patterns to take, and then we simply let our rules of the trading. So number 1 is to identify, job number 2 is to adjust, and job number 3 is to execute. Now, if we do all that correctly, we usually see results like these. And of course, we took a number of winning trades this morning live in the room, so come out and join us tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. to see these things live on your charts. Here in the S&P, this is the mini S&P futures contract. Symbol is ES. This, of course, is a member of the E-mini family. Now, we had to wait patiently for price to break out of its initial sideways bracket. We defined the level of 937 even on our S&P charts this morning as being that level that we had to see break out above for this winning trade. At 48 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock, 10:48 this morning, our entry was at 940 even. This got us a quick 3.25 points here in the S&P and was a wonderful way for us to kind of wrap up our morning. Now, before we took our S&P trades this morning, we were trading the Euro. Now, the Euro was actually very good to us this morning. We originally were trading the gold market this morning, but it was just a little bit too quiet, a little bit too low volume and choppy for us to want to trade this morning. So we, once again, having the flexibility that we do as James Wave traders, our methodology works on everything, guys. So we quickly picked up and we moved to the Euro Futures. Symbol is 6E, not to be confused with a Forex pair like a Euro dollar, all right, or a Euro pound pair. This is the Euro Futures contract off the CME exchange. Now, for this particular market, we had to wait pretty patiently for price to break into our trade zones, the downside. Right, we had defined a level below 41.86 on our Euro chart here as being our trade zone to the downside. And of course, once it did break into that, we saw plenty of short opportunities here. Now, our first trade was at 9.56 this morning. Our entry was at 42.07 for a short trade here. Now, this is what we call our two-step pattern. This is a counter trend setup, and ultimately what it is a failure pattern for our wave indicator trade setups themselves. So this is more of a failure pattern. When the actual trade fails, we then look to take a failure pattern setup. In this case, it's called the two-step pattern. And at 9:56 this morning, got us a great kickoff to a great morning here in the live trade room. It wasn't long thereafter, about a half an hour later, 10:27 this morning, we took entry at 41.79 and got a total of 21 ticks. Now remember, guys, in the euro, this is going to tick in 0.0001 increments. Okay, so it's going to move in ticks. And of course, 21 ticks would be 2.1 points. All right, but 27 minutes past the hour this morning, another short entry, 1.4179 was our entry. There was opportunity for a re-entry, which I've marked here with that second red arrow. That was your re-entry opportunity there. Okay, a couple minutes later, but you shouldn't have needed that though. 10:27, you should have been able to get into that for a short trade. And then it wasn't long thereafter, 4 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock, just before we wrapped in the morning, 11:04 this morning, entry was at 41.60 short. Now this is one of those perfect setups that we love to take because we knew minutes before it happened that it was going to be a home run. Ultimately, what had happened is this horizontal blue line you can see in your charts, this marks that recent lower low. And as you guys can see, when we see price make new lower lows, then see our trigger line make lower lows, just to get our entry point right there, tucked in below that horizontal blue line with our trigger line right above. Guys, it doesn't get any easier than this. 11:04 short, entry was at 41.60, and this got us an initial 17 ticks as well. So add it all up, guys. Wonderful morning on the euro this morning, and that's what we like to see. We'd like to see winning trades, and of course, lots of winning opportunities here on both of these markets that we traded. Now let's do a quick recap. I want to remind you guys that 7:30 a.m. is when our live trade room opens up, so come join us tomorrow morning as a lifetime member or as a free trial member. We're going to trade 6 different markets every day. Now, of course, we've traded over a dozen different markets in our room, so come out and join us. If you see a market or you don't see a market that you want to see, let us know and we'll trade it for you guys. All right, we also have live calls with entries, targets, and stops. So we're going to tell you guys exactly where we're getting involved, what our entry points are, what our targets are, and where our initial stops are. We're also going to show you how we manage each trade right in front of you. We'll pull up our trade management chart and we'll show you guys how we manage each position live in real time. So there's no smoke and mirrors, no guessing games, guys, and no interpretation. And there's plenty of opportunities for questions. So bring your questions, plan on spending a whole day with us. Guys, you're going to see the market in a completely different way when you're done. And we'll give you free 3 weeks as part of our trial. So sign up, send us an email, sales@schooloftrade.com, go to schooloftrade.com, and sign up for our free trial. Come join us for 3 weeks, guys. You will not be disappointed. This I promise you. My name is Joseph James. I'm the developer of the School of Trade's James Wave trading system. I want to thank you guys for your time. Hope the video helps, and we'll see you next time.